All right, NBA fans, the Western Conference just got a whole lot tougher, with reports swirling that the Houston Rockets have, hypothetically, traded for Kevin Durant. The Los Angeles Lakers are apparently not standing pat. They're responding by reportedly initiating a pursuit for their ideal center target, Utah Jazz big man Walker Kessler. Lakers eyeing Walker Kessler amidst Western Conference shakeup. According to Andy Larson of the Salt Lake Tribune, the Lakers are definitely in the mix for the Jazz center. However, it's important to note that these discussions are still in the early stages. Larson told Leif Thulin of Locked On Jazz, "I think there's been an offer presented for Walker Kessler. Him being the future of the center, giving up multiple picks to get there, that is on the table right now. I don't know that the Jazz will accept it. Certainly, so far they have not. Why Kessler, the dream center for LA?" The article emphasizes that with the Western Conference projected to be as competitive as ever in 2025 and 26, the Lakers need all the reinforcements they can get. Kessler has often been viewed as the dream center for this Lakers squad. The piece states, "Now is certainly not the time to back down from that idea. The Western Conference arms race is on. The context for this potential move is crucial. OKC Thunder as reigning champs. The Western Conference already houses this year's NBA champions after the Oklahoma City Thunder somewhat predictably took home the title. That makes the journey out of the conference next year challenging as it is. The Thunder are in a great position to sustain their success with an already complete roster and their endless stockpile of draft capital. Rockets add KD. Now, the Rockets will only heighten the threat near the top after adding a two-time Finals MVP. They managed to do so without giving up their most important pieces. Other powerhouses. Add the Golden State Warriors, Minnesota Timberwolves, Denver Nuggets, and others to the mix, and formidable opponents are plenty. Lakers urgency. The Lakers have also learned the hard way that seeding should not give them a false sense of security in the West. The long-standing Kessler connection. The interest in Kessler isn't new. The connection to Kessler has been there since the sun rose in Los Angeles. What's new are recent positive developments suggesting a supposed willingness from the Jazz's side for trade talks in Utah to include him. The goal, solidifying contender status. The article concludes, plugging the biggest hole on the roster with an ideal solution like Kessler will be a great way for the Lakers to solidify themselves as contenders. However, that doesn't mean Utah will make it easy for them. Questions for the fans. Is Walker Kessler the ideal center target for the Lakers, especially with LeBron James and Luka Doncic? What kind of package would it take for the Jazz to part with Kessler? The report mentions multiple picks. Would Austin Reeves have to be involved, or can they get it done with picks and other players? How much does a hypothetical Kevin Durant trade to Houston accelerate the Lakers' need to make a big move? Can the Lakers truly compete with the likes of OKC, Houston, with KD, Denver, and Minnesota if they don't land a significant upgrade at center? The pressure is on in LA. Let us know your thoughts. Is Walker Kessler the answer for the Lakers? All right, Lakers Nation. Just when we thought we had a handle on some of the Lakers' potential trade targets, a new report from NBA insider Mark Stein is pumping the brakes on one particular name. Utah Jazz forward John Collins. John Collins to the Lakers? Not so fast. The article we're looking at today addresses previous rumors linking John Collins to Los Angeles. It seems that the Los Angeles Lakers may not be as interested in acquiring Utah Jazz forward John Collins as we once thought. According to Mark Stein of the Stein Line, the previously noted trade interest from the Lakers in John Collins was apparently a mischaracterization. Stein reportedly wrote, "This seems to be quoting Jake Fisher, who is then referencing Stein, or Stein directly quoting Fisher. The attribution is a bit layered in the original text, but the core message is from Stein via Fisher or directly to Jazz, however, have made Kessler unavailable for some time, which may have contributed to reports last week suggesting Los Angeles has an interest in trading for Kessler's teammate John Collins. Collins had a strong 2024-25 campaign, but I've been told that any insinuation of the Lakers being a trade suitor for the 27-year-old is a mischaracterization. Shifting focus, or never a target. The article notes that Collins' name had surfaced with some Lakers ties earlier last week. with reports that the two have been connected since the season ended. However, according to Stein, it appears Los Angeles may be more focused on making a trade for Walker Kessler with the Jazz, or perhaps pivoting in a different direction rather than trading for Collins. This is a key distinction. While the Lakers are clearly interested in someone from the Jazz, Kessler, the interest in Collins might have been overblown or misinterpreted. Collins' strong season and contract situation. It's worth noting that John Collins reportedly had a strong season with the Jazz through 2024-25 when he was on the court. In 40 games, the 27-year-old averaged 19.0 points, 8.2 rebounds, and 2.0 assists, shooting 52.7% from the field and 39.9% from three-point range. Those are solid numbers. This offseason, Collins is likely to pick up his player option worth $26.5 million to keep him on the final year of his contract in the 2025-26 season. This expiring contract could generate some trade interest around his services from teams that may be looking for an upgrade in their front court. Why the Lakers seem like a fit, but maybe aren't. The Lakers, a team that seemingly fits that mold of vacancy in the front court after the Anthony Davis trade, in our hypothetical scenario, look like a strong candidate for a Collins move, should Utah be looking to shop him. However, the new information suggests perhaps Los Angeles has more interest in other moves on the fringes of their roster than a deal with the Jazz for Collins specifically. The takeaway. The article concludes, don't take your eyes off the Jazz scouring the trade market for the right deal for their veteran forward, but don't hold your breath on it happening with the Lakers. So, while John Collins is a talented player on a potentially movable expiring contract, it seems the Lakers' primary focus with the Jazz, if any, remains on Walker Kessler, or they might be looking at entirely different options to fill their front court needs. What this means for the Lakers' search. This report helps narrow down the field of realistic targets. It reinforces the idea that Walker Kessler is a name the Lakers are genuinely interested in, even if acquiring him is difficult. It suggests the Lakers are being very specific about the type of player they want, and Collins might not fit that exact mold for them, despite his production. What are your thoughts, Lakers fans? Were you ever high on the idea of John Collins in purple and gold? Does this news make you more or less optimistic about the Lakers landing a key front court piece? Let us know in the comments.